It's the Ron and Fez Show, 866 Ron Zero Fez.
I was thinking about the time when, in my pro wrestling days. Now, this is when I was part of a tag team called the Sassy Boys. And you get an opportunity like this. You get an invitation to have a match at a pay-per-view, WCW pay-per-view, Bash at the Beach. It's the first time ever you're going to see Hogan versus Flair in the main event. There was the rivalry that went on, even though they were never in the same league at the same time, where they never matched up. But you get this great opportunity. So I go into training. To get ready for a tag team match. The Sassy Boys against Freight Train Freddy and Chubby MC. Two local Florida wrestlers that were well over 450 pounds apiece. I train with the genius Leaping Lanny Poffo, brother of the Macho Man, who at one point during my training did say to me, "Despite your physical limitations, Fez, you seem to have a natural instinct for wrestling, and that's going to carry you far in this match." All right, not the best compliment, but I'll take it. So, work out this match. The Sassy Boys, managed by Ron Bennington. And we get ready. We're at the pay-per-view, and it's time for the match. I've got everything worked out, all the spots in my mind worked out. Of course, then, we have to meet beforehand with someone from WCW. Someone you might remember as Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, who started at the last minute, slicing and dicing a lot of the spots, doing an edit to the match that I'm ready to sports entertain in. So some things have to change. Can't do a DDT. Arn Anderson's going to do a DDT 5 matches in. Don't do that. So we get everything worked out. It's got WCW seal of approval. The Sassy Boys head to the ring. Freight Train Freddy, Chubby MC are already there. The match starts, and I feel myself hitting the spots. I went up, I got put in an atomic knee drop. I felt like I was going to touch the rafters. I end up going up so high in this 450-pounder's arms. Everything's going good for what I would say is probably the first 30 seconds of the match. At that point, this idiot, Chubby MC, this 450-pounder, is supposed to come off the ropes and give me the big splash. He comes off the ropes, he hooks his ankle, his foot around the bottom rope, and instead of splashing me like they do in wrestling, where I don't take the full impact of it, he comes down full weight across my ribs, leaving me dying in the middle of the ring with, I would say, 99% of the match to go. I crawl over on my hands and knees to my manager, Ron Bennington, and I'm whispering because I can't breathe. I have no air left in my lungs. My ribs are damaged, and I'm saying, "I'm hurt. I'm hurt for real. I'm hurt." To which my manager gave me great advice. Get back in there. Basically shoving me by the head back into the ring. At that point, I was supposed to be landed on again and still had no air. So as I get thrown into the turnbuckle and waiting for another splash, which now, I don't trust these guys to be able to deliver this the correct way. I grab Freight Train Freddy by the overalls, pull him in, and say, "Just punch me in the face. Do not land on me. I can't breathe. I'm hurt. Just start punching me in the head. I'd rather do that." Now then, bad ribs, no air, able to pull off the match, finish it up, few missed spots here and there, but I was able to get the pinfall. Go backstage and now have to wait in line because at the trainer's booth they want to look at my ribs, and I have to wait in line because the Sting is getting his ankles taped up. So I'm just sitting there dying. They finally look at me. I'm already bruising up on the side, and then find myself in the Daytona Beach Hospital emergency room, still wearing my wrestling tights. Should have brought my robe with me, but still wearing my wrestling tights and with very, very badly bruised ribs. And that was my foray into professional wrestling. Insane!
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Here's Chris in Nebraska. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Fezzy, what happened then?
Oh, then I found out I was diagnosed. I not only had broken ribs, but I had been walking around with pneumonia.
And then what happened?
Then I blamed that on doing whippets. And
This is the best Fezatorial ever, Fez. You rule.
Just part of the adventures of.
Here's Corey. You're on the Ron and Fez show. Corey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was just confused if we were talking wrestling or maybe Fezzy's sexual escapades last weekend in the village.
No, this was wrestling.
Well, it sounds a little erotic for me, but thank you.
That's what wrestling is.
How many slices have you ate so far?
I'm working on my first one. I wasn't quite as hungry that I really thought I was.
I'm hungry.
I had a big Jamba Juice this morning.
I
a couple
was
bagels.
thinking you were going to go for 8.
Yeah,
There's plenty of pizza left in this slice.
I thought there's not that much left in the slice, but I had a big breakfast at Penn Station this morning.
All right, see. He was bragging and shouldn't have. Fucking.
Yeah, I greatly overestimated my abilities.
Disappointing. At least you're full.
Let's Heads Fire says, did I miss something? Where did this story come from? What the fuck is going on?
I found a picture of Freight Train.
I don't think
That's him.
That's Freight Train?
Yeah, that's Freight Train Freddy.
Let me see him.
It's his partner who did the damage.
The black guy, right?
Yeah, Chubby MC.
As you can see, he's not 450 pounds. No. That's the problem with actually going back and find stuff.
He's very tall.
I don't think your ribs were broken, though.
No, very badly bruised.
Yeah, but you're calling it broken ribs. And all it was a waste of time.
I had to go see if my spleen had burst.
The problem was, while that's happening, yeah, that's the fat fuck that fell on right there.
That's him.
And Fez was way kinder by what he said when I pushed him back in. Because I said, we got nothing else to do. This is fucking planned out. You're going to finish it. And he was like, I hurt. And I go, finish it in pain, and then we'll fucking worry about it.
Chubby MC is very
But
far.
I took a bump when I went in to do something in that match. And like I did the back bump, you know, like they throw me into things. And we were very fucking amateur at this. But when I went down and hit, instead of taking it full in the back, I let the back of my head hit. Oh, and then when I jumped back up, I thought to myself, like your head went like a little bit, because they really do. I mean, the bumps are a lot bigger than you think. I thought, there's a good chance I'm going to throw up in front of 12,000 people. Fucking hysterical, though. Bill, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron and Fez. Hey, thanks a lot for having me. But a lot of people jump on Fez for not, inputting much into the show. But when he inputs something, it is Class A material.
Well, that's Fez's life, and that stuff is available to him any single day he wants to go back and do it. Every bit of that story that he told was true. I was fucking there. Wasn't what I like to call one of Fez's lie times. But that's there. That's available to him. That confidence is available any fucking single day that he wants it. He could do things like that when he locks up or needs a walk Instead, he could just say, hey, I've got something I want to talk about right now. Like when Chris does when he talks about his drug addiction.
So I like getting fucked up. What's the big deal?
What are you going to do? Fred, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Fezzy.
Hey,
Hey, I thought you said you'd never had sex before.
I have never had sex. That'll be another story I tell one day.
Well, what is this chubby guy coming off the road shooting you with, you said, the big splash?
Yeah, we get it.
What's up with that?
We get it. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Fezzy, why don't you take that advice that Ron gave you many years ago and get back in the game?
It's true. No matter how you fucking feel on a daily basis, you got to finish the match. You don't have to do well, but you got to fucking finish it. And that was the thing. You could have just as easily had me say, oh, you're hurt, Fez, leave. And then you wouldn't have had a funny fucking story. And sorry about the whippets. That was just a fucking time that we were going through.
Whippets are fun.
Yeah. They are fun. All drugs are actually fun. The fucking funny thing is those two other motherfuckers thought it all went great.
They loved it?
Yeah, they're like, you know, when he's like, my ribs are really hurt, they didn't like say, oh, sorry. They're like, yeah, sometimes your ribs get hurt. Like a lot of times when you do stuff with them and they're like, do like the smacks across your chest or whatever, they were like, now I'm going to, you know, you would work out a couple things. He goes, now when we get in a ring, I'm going to really do it hard. And you're going to like, okay, and then what do? You go, oh, it's just going to sting really bad. But you got to do that to sell it. Yeah. Those guys fucking hurt all the time. When people were saying it's fake, yeah, I guess the way that a match is going to end, you could call it fake. But, you know, taking these shots across the head, that's still a shot across the head.
That ring has no give at all. There is no bounciness to it where it's going to absorb anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's set up so it actually does bounce up, but what it doesn't do is, like, take in.
Or absorb.
Yeah,
it doesn't take in.
It doesn't cushion.
But you actually bounce more. It's like a fucking spring in there.
The better word for it is scripted than fake, because it's not fake injuries, it's just written, I guess.
Jim, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Now you know why bile's filling up in your chest, Fez.
Oh, God. What's with popcorn?
I guess he's deaf. It has to be. Otherwise, you know the fucking guy's voice by now.
He just doesn't want to.
I think he's probably friends with fucking Rio Shark.
I'm sure. I'm sure that's two guys that jack each other off.
Yeah, they jerk off each other's mouths.
Oh, God, I didn't even know they went that far with it.
Yeah, and then sometimes, like, I guess I'll just suck it if you're going to jerk it off into my mouth.
But then what do they do? Spit the cum back out or they swallow it?
Well, they'll spit into each other's mouths so they can swallow.
Snowball?
Yeah, they snowball each other.
And that leads to meningitis and or AIDS.
Mm-hmm. And they blow cum bubbles. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they blow bubbles with semen in their mouth.
Neither one of those will be able to run a Boy Scout troop.
I think Popcorn still tries, though. He's still like, hey, can I help out you
Well,
guys?
he works at a Mexican-Libyan restaurant of fakeness. Someone wrote, did I have a cane and a knee brace? Well, I had to put the knee brace on the outside so that I could have my gimmick cane. And my cane was gimmicked, so like when I hit somebody over the head with it, it would break, but that's still never had a lot of luck with not putting stitches into people during that.
Jesus.
And then I had to remember, don't lean on the cane because it's been gimmicked, you know, it's supposed to give out. Fuck. John, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hiya, buddies. I thought you fuckers went the best of. Fez is back. That was fantastic. I remember seeing that pay-per-view in Niagara Falls, Canada. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, it exists for Fez. Why don't you bring that out more, Fez?
Yeah, it's,
Back again?
yeah, I just
How
have
come?
to think of stories.
You don't have to think of stories. You could just sit and talk now. It's not a matter of thinking of stories.
Yeah,
This part makes you nervous?
yeah.
How come?
I don't know, it's like, the guy complimenting me got me thrown off.
Did you rather you said something bad?
No, just let it be.
What do you mean let it be?
Well, there was, when it was like, I've never heard Fez talk that much, then I start thinking, start talking more, and then it starts all over again.
What is it, though? You just saw that you could just tap back into that anytime that you want.
Yeah, it's...
See, that's the frustrating thing for me. Like, I know that that's there. So when I have stuff like Rob Cross saying, why don't you take him out in the woods and shoot him in the back of the head?
Yeah.
I'm like, Rob, it's still there.
Rob Cross suggested to kill Fez.
Metaphorically.
Oh.